Scientists have been trying to prove whether souls actually exist in the human body. To recreate the famous soul experiment from 1901, a research team built a special lab that completely blocked out radiation and heat exchange. A priest dying from cancer volunteered to be the first test subject. In his final moments, researchers placed him in a custom isolation chamber. Once everything was ready, they activated the precision scale beneath the chamber and started recording his weight. The moment the priest's heart stopped, something shocking happened. His weight actually changed. He lost exactly 24 grams. This seemed to prove souls exist. But what came next was even more incredible. Strange particle movements suddenly appeared in the lab. Even more stunning, the priest who should have been dead miraculously came back to life. But the revived priest was completely different. The once serious, calm man became unusually active and intensely hungry. Medically speaking, the priest had been clinically dead for a full minute and really did lose 24 grams. This left researchers confused. If he lost his soul, how could he be standing there again? The team thought maybe they needed more test subjects to verify the results. When the female doctor asked the priest about his death experience, he described something extraordinary. He saw an amazing space where people smiled and reached out their arms toward him. These arms seemed to stretch infinitely. At first, he thought those people were just across the room, but later realized they were actually miles away. Suddenly, he felt a warm hand on his back, like a friend smiling at him. The instant he turned around, he miraculously returned to life. Even more amazing, the doctor discovered the priest's tumors had completely disappeared and his cancer cells were shrinking. This phenomenon could only be called a miracle. Current science couldn't explain it. Based on these findings, the research team decided on a second experiment. They brought in a dying nun from hospice care as the new test subject. But the moment the experiment began, the same particle movements appeared in the lab again. After the nun's heart stopped, the scale showed something that completely shattered their expectations. Her weight didn't decrease. It actually increased by 36 grams. This opposite result threw the entire experiment into unprecedented confusion. The pastor made a bold theory. Maybe some negative energy left the priest's body, and the particle movements they observed were this energy in action. This energy took away the priest's cancer and healed him, then transferred to the nun's body in the second experiment. That would explain why her weight increased. However, the doctor remained cautious about this supernatural explanation. He felt it lacked scientific basis, and they needed larger sample sizes to verify these phenomena. But the female doctor pointed out that if future experiments kept showing similar results, they'd have to admit that supernatural forces really do exist in our world.